Hello everybody, today's Jerry again from KillaKlownzFPV. We're taking a look today at the FuriousFPV lighting kit. Now this is a LED strip and PDB combo, and I'll show you guys the two sets that they have available. And this is what actually comes in the package, which it's only been taken out of the static bag, whatever. So what it is, you actually get, and there's two different kits. There's the single row and the double row. So they're both essentially the same. PDBs are the same. The one thing you will notice is that they are labeled differently. So you'll have the single row or dual row. But let's see. For the single row LEDs, you have, and all of them are like this. They're this like really nice matte white silk screening with the FuriousFPV logo right there and a QC sticker. All of them obviously heat shrunk. On the single row, you do have 7 LEDs per strip, and then the micro connector right there. On these bigger ones, the dual row, you have what is it, 6, 12, 13 LEDs per strip. Now these are for like the wider arm ones. Most arms are about this big unless they are the really skinny ones like the Hyperlight and all those ones, so they need to be using the single row, but this is the dual. And they do come with their own sets of leads, so they have the plug on one end and bare wires on the other, so you can run them and solder them to the PDB. You do get the manual, and we'll go over that right now what it actually has, but let's take a look at the PDB. And as I mentioned, this is the same for both. The casings are just labeled differently. So you'll see, first off, as always with like the 14, all these new ones, really nice red silk screen. You do have 4 LEDs as well on the PDB. You'll notice you have your negative and positive pads. On the side here, you have your ground, power, and signal. These are what actually solder to the LED strips. You also have the S-Bus little connector. That's where you're going to solder from, say, the SPD11 or the SPD15. So you can actually change your colors via the S2 dial on your tyrannis. Then you have the switch, so you can actually set, say, your front 2 green and your back ones red, or I don't know, diagonally red, blue, purple, whatever you want to do. You can change it all via this switch. And also the modes from fade to just blinking, or that like strobe light like the Night Rider. So you have quite a few features, and you can see all the components right there on the back. This is really cool to me. You can see the traces, that really nice matte finish right there. And you can see it has a QC sticker. It says FuriousFPV lighting PDB revision 0.01. And let's pick up the manual and I'll show you what the actual specs on this baby are. So here you can see this does come with a very nice manual, very detailed. So you have your description up here. So it does have a 5 amp BEC, that's a 1.5 amp, built-in current sensor which is up to 200 amps, max load current 200 amps. This does take 2 to 6S, and then for the LEDs it says max 30 LEDs per line by 5 lines for a maximum of 150 LEDs. So you can expand on it if you wanted to. I don't see why you would, but I mean, if you want to use it on a bigger rig, you could. The configuration for the button and S-Bus, well, as I said, that's the button seen on the actual board, which is that one right there, or you can do it via the that dial. Now for the wiring diagram, you'll see you have your battery connectors, positive, negatives, grounds, 5 volt for the BEC side, and then on this left side, which is right here, this is the current sensor pads, ground and positive. And this manual shows very clearly how to go through the modes, wiring the SPD15, and as you can see, the S-Bus signal goes in line with the receiver. You don't have to go about anything else, it just goes in line. So I soldered it right off the pad. And in the next video I'll actually show you guys how all the wiring is. This is for the current sensor, so it'll let you know to go ahead and set your scale output to 250 and then enable the current meter and set it to onboard ADC. Down here you'll have really nice shots of the screen to actually on the Tyrannis to set up your switches in the mixer, which is just going into the mixer page, and then on channel 8 enabling it and setting that to the S2 dial. And then this is the actual part that shows you regarding changing the channel. And you'll notice here you actually have the full diagram, which is the key presses and everything is showing you. So the way it works is if you hold it, it'll go into the color mode, and then it'll flash, and then if you click it once it changes color, you click it again, it changes color. When you hold that button again, then you go to the next menu, and then you can change the LED light here. So if you want to change the LED color on this arm only, that one would start flashing, and then when you click it, it would change color, click it again, change another color. Then you'd hold it and it's set to that color, and then it would be, the next one would be the mode that you want to set. So then it would either start blinking, strobing, or doing that like up and down motion or fading. And it's a very nice manual. If you need help, you also have the email down here. Very excited. I want to get this thing on my XB XV2. But yeah, you have that really nice PDB. So this combined with the Fortini, and especially the OSD version for a very nice little build. You can take a look at it. Components, soldering, everything's very nice. As I said, built-in current sensor. It already gives you the scale for it, so you can go ahead and plug it in right away. So you have that one there, and show you guys the each strip again. So you have, these are the single row and these are the dual row. Stay tuned on the next video. I'm actually going to do the test, show you guys how to change the modes manually via the switch, or set individual arm colors, as well as the wiring. So yeah, that's the FuriousFPV lightning kit with PDB, built-in current sensor. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.